Wow, what a disaster. Did you see the US congressional GameStop hearing? Everyone on Wall Street Bets cracked a smile when DFV dropped his famous line, "I like the stock." Our hearts go out to him. He's a good guy. He's got a lot of enemies right now. Speaking of enemies, the CEO of Robinhood. Whoa! The CEO of Robinhood. That's rude. I don't remember his name being spelled that way. Rambled on like a glorified advertisement in front of representatives. Now, the Motley Fool put out an article about Amazon acquiring AMC. Just so you know, there are talks about this. I don't follow the Motley Fool myself, but I know a lot of people do. Their points are that it could bring street cred, Prime Video attraction, new take on concession stands, and research. Now, jumping into the charts, this is a chart that most everyday investors will see when they first look up AMC. And it's very obvious from this simplistic chart that we're beginning to curve upwards. And the question is, will that move play out soon or later? On our weekly chart here, it's a little difficult to tell that anything has changed, but I do want to point a couple things out. Last time we did a measured move upwards to look at profit potential. Now I'd like to do the opposite and go from the top to the bottom, guys. If I do that, it's over a 70% move downwards from this local high here. And zooming out, I'm going to do the same from the all-time high. Down to $5.50. That would be about an 84% move to the downside. I look at that from an entry perspective as an 84% discount. It's not necessarily that it's worth 85% less and should stay down at these levels forever. To me, entering at these levels, it means to me that I'm getting in at an 85% discount. Just a different way to look at it. Going into the daily time frame now. Our daily candles are still closing nicely above the $5.50 level. Nothing to worry about there currently, although there is a slight rejection off this moving average. Worst case scenario, what I'm looking at, guys, currently, things were to go sour and we saw some downside here, I do believe that there would be strong support off these moving averages here. And if I extend them a little bit further, imagine that we were to see more consolidation here on the $5.50 level, or perhaps underneath it. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this area. Just one thing I want to show you on the 2-hour chart now. If I go to our MACD indicator, we are painting bullish momentum now. We were waiting for that, expecting that once the 1 hour started printing green. Now the 2 hours printing green. The 4 hour isn't quite yet, but the red bearish momentum is fading. So I anticipate to see some green on the 4 hour over the next week or two. And that should bring some increase in the price as well. For day traders, like I said, there's a lot going on the shorter time frames, even though it doesn't appear that way on the longer time frames. Remember, we have our bottom line of support just over $5 here. In our last video, I pointed out this rounded bottom, and that did play out very decently when the market opened. I hope that some of you guys were able to take advantage of that move there. It's a 10% plus green move to the upside. It did fade off throughout the day, and we saw another bounce off our $5.50 support. It's not necessarily a bounce yet, okay? But after hours, which isn't recorded on this chart, I'm just showing you the actual intraday chart. After hours did close about $5.65. So just take a quick measured move. It's already up about 3% off the $5.50 level. Remember our box of bullish accumulation. Still no break above or below. Technically, you could call this a break, but because we didn't continue onwards and closing candles in this area, it is not a confirmed breakout at this point. But this may be, guys, this may be the last time that we test this $5.50 level as support. It's happened many, many times. And I don't think that we're going to see much action around this range for very much longer. There's something else I noticed. Check out this wedge pattern. Now, I'm trying to be accurate, so I apologize if I'm moving a little slow here. We do have a lot of beginners tuning in, so please be patient. And then I'm going to extend this all the way over here. It's very clear wedge pattern. And this is a 5-minute chart again. So I do anticipate a breakout from this wedge very soon. The end of the wedge is February 23rd. Generally speaking, the price action won't reach the very end of the wedge. So we could see a breakout sooner than that. Perhaps today or Monday. And reanalyzing our $5.20 support off this wick. There is quite a bit of confluence at about $4.80, just about, that I wanted to point out. So this will also be an area to watch. Okay. So worst case scenario at the moment, if we break down, potentially a touch or test at around $5.20. If it's lower than that, just under $5. And lastly, I just want to talk about my personal position for a minute. A lot of people bought way up here at the moon at over $15. I was waiting patiently for a better entry. I wasn't willing to buy after the price shot up almost 300%. So once the pattern developed more into this nice falling wedge, that was signaling a potential entry for me. I was a little hasty, to be honest, because I wasn't confident in which direction this wedge was actually going to break out. And I told you to be careful of the stop losses here because of this exact situation. It broke through, stop hunted quite a few people right here, and then they're out of their positions, and we haven't seen much more downside after that occurrence. It's just been going sideways, so that really doesn't appear to be the best time to exit your position. I entered my first position near the end of this wedge. I believe it was right here. Once I saw the retest to the bottom of that wedge, that looked like a nice entry to me, and we did see a big bounce from that point. So I'm continuing to hold that. My second entry is down here, guys. $5.40. And I'm planning to hold mid to long term. This is a swing trade idea. It doesn't matter though. Just because a trade works for one person doesn't mean it will work for everybody. Everyone has a different level of risk tolerance, a different portfolio size, and also other financial obligations. But tune back in Monday for more AMC updates. And remember, this channel is always free, never monetized. So if you enjoyed this video, all you have to do is watch my next one. Thanks guys, happy trading, have a great day.